Happy New Year. Happy January. It has been a minute since I have been online. I have been offline because I had a new little baby. So we are kind of getting back in the swing of things. And I am excited. This year I'm changing some things up and trying to make it a little bit more predictable, a little bit more structured in when I'm going live. And so as you're coming in, of course, always feel free to say hello in the comments and let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know if you have any LinkedIn Live or YouTube Live or any questions in general. And I will answer them for you in real time. I do have to say, I did what I would never advise a client to do, and I rescheduled this at the last second for an hour later than I had initially scheduled it. So if you were somebody who wanted to join me at 2 and I messed it up because I rescheduled it to 3, I promise I will answer your questions in the comments, in my DMs, anywhere. Feel free to reach out to me. I am excited because we are going to do a new thing where every month I'm going to get on the last Friday of the month, probably at 3 o'clock, I'm deciding, and go over what updates are new on StreamYard, what updates are new on LinkedIn, on YouTube. Those 3 spaces I'm going to keep an eye on throughout the whole month. I'm making a little Notion space where I'm keeping track of new things in there and then sharing it with y'all here. And also, as we're live, testing out different features that are new. As you know, with all new softwares, they usually improve as time goes on. And sometimes when there's newer features, uh, there's some glitches and some things that you need to know before you are live. So I'm going to take the risk out of it by testing things out. So if there's ever something that you would like me to test while I am live, let me know, because I do not mind at all testing out new features. For example, one of the things that we tested on a show that I wish I would have tested on my own was showing comments on stage, meaning this box right here. It's so small. And when I did it on a very popular show that I produce, I was a little disappointed to see how small it was. I was so excited to see that there was that option. And then once I actually saw it in real time, I was like, oh, So, as always, feel free to ask for me to test anything out so that we can test it on my stream, and then y'all can see what it looks like in real time. So, we are going to dive in first with the StreamYard updates, and I will go through those, a couple of YouTube updates, and then a LinkedIn update where I'm going to share a screenshot of that. I do want to say at the beginning of this that I have a course on LinkedIn Learning all about how to set up StreamYard, how to stream to LinkedIn specifically. Can be a little bit tricky with the third-party tool that it requires. And so I kind of lay that all out in that LinkedIn course there. And I am so close to 5,000 learners. So I would love if you could go in there, like it, save it, share it, anything. I would just love to see 5,000 by the end of the year, and I'm real close. So just have to say that real quick. So let's start with the StreamYard updates. So first of all, there are now timers on banners. So as you just saw with my LinkedIn Learning course that we put up, Tosh, feel free. Yep, we got it up right here. Now it has it to where when this comes up, it can stay for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Let's see, what's the other one? 60. Okay, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, or 60 seconds. Sorry, I misspoke there. So it has different levels of like time, different times that it can stay up on there. Another cool update is that now when you comment here on StreamYard, there is a clickable link, meaning before it used to be that you would comment here and people would have to kind of copy paste it into their browser in order for it to work. This only works on the webinar right now. Actually, Natasha, let's try linking that link. Let's try commenting that link that we just put up, and see what happens. See if it's clickable here in StreamYard as well, and we'll see. But from the thing that I read, it's only available in the webinars. So we'll test it out while we're live and see what happens. But I'm pretty sure it's not going to work. So yeah, here it is on YouTube, but it doesn't look like it hyperlinks the way that we want it to and the way it would if we were on a webinar. So if you run classes, workshops, things like that, that's like a game changer. So that's an exciting update. The other thing is AI. The AI clips here on StreamYard have improved a little bit, and I'm very excited about it. Because we have tried, I don't know, probably 20 different AI clipper video things with our clients and with our own streams. And none of them, like, they're good, but they're not great. And I would love if it was just integrated in StreamYard to where we could generate the clips immediately, which we can. There is a way to generate clips from your live streams very easily by clicking a button. It'll say, do you want AI clips generated from this? You hit yes, and then it does its thing. It takes about an hour for it to really do all of the editing. And then it gives you the option to go in and edit them now a little bit by adjusting them like a little bit, like, I don't know, 15 seconds before that, 15 seconds after that. Which is awesome. And I have loved that. A lot of them, it's working great, but it is still doing some weird glitchy things. So for example, I was really excited about this. My client went live last week and I hit generate clips, and then it like picked something up in the background that it thought was her face. So it picked like a really great portion of the conversation where she's talking, but it like focused on like something back here, and it was just like the wall. And so the audio sounded great, the video was horrible, and there was no way for us to update that video in like an easy way in that StreamYard space. Like we could edit the audio as like she could talk earlier, she could talk later, but we couldn't edit the actual look of the video. So obviously there's workarounds with that, downloading the video, uploading it to a video editing tool, which is what we normally do, and it's not a huge deal. So at this point, AI clips, I am using them kind of as a blueprint of like what we should pull from it. Meaning my team and I still download the video and edit it in our tools that we use for video editing instead of using the StreamYard automated AI clips. But so it still has some, there's some things that I would still love to see improved on that, but I'm excited about it. Another thing is that you can now say clip this. Is it clip this or is it clip that? I'm going to double check my notes. Okay, so it's clip that. If you say clip that during the live stream, it will pull that for the AI clip. So we're going to try that right now. So you're talking, and I feel like you could kind of try to make it casual by being like, oh, that was a really insightful thing you just said. I think our team might clip that so we can listen to it later or something. I don't know how we would like make that sound a little less awkward, but it's cool. We'll see if it works. Right now, it'll just be me jabbering about the feature, but so that's exciting. I'm excited about that. And then one of the things that has been updated that they're not really promoting all that much is that there's now a limit of 6 AI, like 6 times you can use that AI clipping. So most people don't go live more than 6 times in the month. So that doesn't really matter, but if you're on a pro account, you can do up to 6 times doing that. It's not 6 clips, it's 6 streams that you can use the AI clips on. So, yeah, if you are, especially if you're a solopreneur or you have a small team, I think it's definitely worth looking into. I would say we usually get one of the clips that they pull that is worth using, and then probably, I can't remember how many they generate, Tasha, do you remember? I think it might be 10. I don't know, but there's quite a few, and then there's usually one that's good. So I'd say it's still definitely worth using, definitely worth giving the StreamYard kind of like some feedback of whether or not you liked the clip, a thumbs up, thumbs down kind of thing, and kind of teaching the StreamYard platform what you prefer. So the other thing in StreamYard that is a new update just today when I logged in, you can @ people in the private chat. So hitting the @ symbol, and trying to like notify people in studio. I'm not quite sure how this is going to be different than regular chats. Okay, this is how. I should take a screenshot. It shows up on the screen. Cool. That is helpful because sometimes I'm like chatting the person in the private chat and it'll say one on the little private chat area and they still won't like be paying attention. So this actually makes it pop up on screen and I'll show you. I just took a screenshot. So let's see if I can just put it up here so we can all see it. Oh, wonderful freeze face on my end, but that's okay. I'll still share. So yeah, so it'll notify the person that they need to open the private chat. I actually love that as a producer. That's going to be very, very, very useful. Because, like I said, sometimes people don't realize that, I don't know, like they're muted or something. That's the most common one that I think I would use it. So if we were able to kind of show on the screen that, hey, pay attention to me instead of them having to look towards the side, that's going to be huge for me. So I'm excited about that one. All right, so those are all StreamYard updates. Like I said, if there's anything that you've seen, you want me to try, you want me to look at, I have noticed if you use StreamYard, there is like a notification option on your main dashboard that usually will tell you the updates. That page is very glitchy. So be very careful when you go into it. I don't know why, but like every time that I pull up that new, like the notifications, my computer freezes and gives me like the little spinning wheel. Yours does too, Natasha? Yeah. And so two of us, different areas, different. I think it's just kind of a little bit of a, maybe because it's like updated so often, it's a little frustrating on that page, but on that main dashboard page, you do have the option to go through and kind of like read through the notifications of things that have updated. But like I said, the goal of this show this year for 2026 is me reading and keeping up on those updates so that you don't have to. You can just join me once a month and see all the new things. Okay, so updates for YouTube. YouTube, I first want to say, I have no idea. We're kind of testing out timing wise how this will perform on LinkedIn because typically Friday afternoons on LinkedIn aren't that great. As of right now, as a mother of a small, very, very baby newborn, this is the time that I can go live. So this is when I'm going to go live. I will say though, Fridays on YouTube seem to perform really well. So it's kind of interesting. YouTube Fridays are great. LinkedIn Fridays don't seem so great. So yeah, we'll just see how it goes. So YouTube updates, we can now stream vertically and landscapey. That's not a word. You can do landscape and portrait view on YouTube at the same time. So that'll be interesting to go back and look at. This is our first stream that we've tested that out. It is really nice on StreamYard for you to be able to see both of like how you look, because I was concerned that I would just see landscape and wouldn't be able to see what I look like on YouTube. Here, we'll do another screenshot. That way you can see what I'm seeing on StreamYard. I'll try not to look crazy. All right, let's see. So you can see exactly what it looks like for you to have both of them up. Oh, I still look crazy. Shocker. I was looking away. So that is, sorry, Tosh, you got to be in this one. Didn't even realize you were going to be down there. But that way you can see what it looks like when you're streaming both vertically and horizontally. And that is going to be great for anybody who wants to stream to TikTok or Instagram. You can see both, and obviously YouTube. But you can see them as you're live or like in the studio, which is cool. So I'm excited about that. Finally, LinkedIn made a major update while I was out that I'm very excited about, but is definitely going to disrupt a little bit of workflow for people who don't go live often. They have completely revamped the page, the event page look. So I'm going to share it here. I'm sorry for those of you who are watching vertically. It's going to be a little bit tricky to see. Let's see. So they have this new LinkedIn event. This used to just look like what it would look like for a member joining. You can now see it as the the host of the show. You have all these different things. So you have these resources of how to go live. I'll give it to you straight. I went on that page and it basically just, if you didn't have this set up, you wouldn't know how, like, it's just telling you how to set this page up, which is kind of silly, but hopefully that page will have a little bit more information moving forward. So you can send a reminder to your network about the event, which I think is really cool. I might test that one out next month, see what that post looks like. You can see analytics, you can see how many people have seen it in the last 7 days, how many people have RSVP'd, your engagement rate, that kind of thing. The biggest thing that I want us all to be aware of for, like, if you're streaming, if you're the host, when you go to that manage events on the left-hand side, that's where you're going to update your timing. That's where you're going to update maybe like if you misspelled something in the caption. That manage events is going to be huge if you are the owner of the event, obviously. And then you can still see the old view if you hit that view as a member there on the bottom, which I did to, because this kind of threw me off when I first saw it. And so I was like, wait, where did my regular view go? That's how you see that. So I'm excited about this. I am curious to see what it'll look like after we're live. I might bring that to February's live, show kind of what it looks like after an event. But I'm excited to see that they're kind of building out this live space for LinkedIn. So that's super exciting. Um, I'm loving it so far. I like having those numbers right there. And with a couple of the clients that did go live this month, we were able to kind of see like, oh, has this circulated the way that it should? Have people RSVP'd, all that stuff. We could see the event, like people who had the audience, that's the word I'm looking for. People who had RSVP'd, it's really easy to send them all a message and kind of like manage who's there, which is kind of fun to see that. So that is really cool. We'll see how that changes things moving forward. I know that that changes a couple of different instructional things that I have done in the past. So I'm going to have to kind of go through. I think I'll probably end up watching my course again and seeing how that will affect that. But I believe it's pretty much the same. They're just the buttons are in different spaces kind of thing. So again, I am going to say I am so close to 5,000 learners on my LinkedIn Learning course, which is all about setting up a stream like this, streaming to LinkedIn, but it also applies to streaming to YouTube. You can stream to Facebook, Twitch, all these different places using StreamYard all at the same time, which is awesome. So I would love, love, love if you could like, share, save that course on LinkedIn Learning just to kind of give it some traction so I can get closer to that 5,000 learners. And I'm hoping I can get that by the end of the year. I think that would be super duper fun. Hello, James. Good to see you. How are you doing? Are you frozen where you're at? We have a big storm coming through here in Tennessee again. So hopefully, I was a little worried when I scheduled this at this time that it was going to be here, but so far, nothing. So we shall see. Okay, James, just as you're coming in, please feel free to ask any questions if you've seen anything new in StreamYard or LinkedIn. There's a lot of new things in the live space. So I'm going to dive into a couple of questions that I got this month. Again, I am planning to do this every month at the end of the month and kind of just go over new updates, frequently asked questions, and things. We're going to test things out while we're live. So a couple of the frequently or the questions that I got this month, which are frequently asked questions, is can you connect 2 destinations on a free account? No, you can't. You can only connect 1 destination when you're streaming on a free account. I always think it's worth the $20, $25, I think it's $25 a month, to pay for the upgraded StreamYard. There's just so much more that you can do, and I just think it's worth that, especially because the reason StreamYard's cool is you can stream to multiple places at the same time. And if you're just streaming to one place, I would just use the native tool. Obviously, LinkedIn doesn't have a native live tool, but YouTube and Instagram, Facebook, those do. Let's see. James says it's warmed up today. It's 19 degrees. That sounds miserable. If that is warm where you're at, that is nice and freezy. Nice and freezy. Okay, so that was one of the questions that came through. Another one is, can guests add a destination on a free account? So this was my answer to that person who said, can they use the free account to stream? Yes, you can have guests stream on a free account, which means what I recommended for this person who wanted to stream to a different place is that they add themselves as a guest and stream as if they are a guest to that other platform that they wanted to. So it's kind of a workaround. I, again, always say, like, I think it's probably best for you to just upgrade. But it is a possible workaround if you are using a free account and you want to stream to a different destination. Guests can stream up to 2 destinations. So, you could technically get 3, I think. I wonder if that's true. Now that I said that, though, I wonder if that's true on free accounts, if they can stream to 2 or if it's just 1. So let's see. James says, negative temps for the last 2 weeks. It feels like spring. Well, bless you, because I'm not built for weather like that. I do not like that. Okay. So, and then the last question that I got is, can you connect to LinkedIn accounts? No, and this one drives me insane because there are so many clients of mine who have like a business account, or I have a client who streams often with somebody else, who it would be beneficial to have their LinkedIn account. But on StreamYard, you can only connect 1 LinkedIn account. That being said, again, there is the workaround of adding it as a guest. So you would send the link or you would use the link as if you were a guest on the show and connect your destination that way. But when it's your account and you're streaming, it is only 1 LinkedIn account that you can do. So usually that's either your personal or your business page. And when that comes in, that question is something I get a lot, is which is better, to stream to your business or your personal page? I always recommend your personal page. I just have not seen that great of traction on business pages, even business pages that have a ton of followers that, for example, I had a very well-established podcast that had a very good following on their business account page for the podcast, like their business podcast page, and I still saw better results when they streamed to their personal space. So I always just recommend scheduling it on your personal LinkedIn and then sharing it on your business page, pushing people to that page from your business page. But for whatever reason, LinkedIn likes the personal profiles better. So, alrighty, my friends, we are almost at 25 minutes, and I think we have worked through all of the new updates for the month. Like I said, me and my team are going to be keeping eyes on any updates in the live streaming space throughout each month. We're going to be keeping track of YouTube, LinkedIn, and StreamYard updates to kind of share what's new in the space. James says, I hated that when I used StreamYard, I wanted to live stream to my private account and work account. Yes, I agree. Super frustrating. I don't think they had the feature of the guest account back when I used StreamYard. Yeah. The guest streaming has been a game changer. I have used that as a workaround several times for different things. And also, it's just been great to have our guests be able to stream to their account as well. It's always kind of funny, um, the hesitation some people have about that, and I would love to hear why that might be. But some people don't want to stream at the same time. And so it's funny because usually, actually, almost always, if I've asked them, hey, do you want to stream to your account at the same time that we stream to whoever's account? They're like, no, that's okay. And then after the stream, they're like, hey, how do we connect that? Fun fact, you cannot connect it after the stream. You have to connect it before. You can't like restream it to your account later. You can only share the live stream from whoever the host was. So, anyways, so as you go throughout the month of February, feel free to send me any messages about, like, DM me, comment here, wherever, any questions that you have, things that maybe you're kind of nervous to try on StreamYard that you want me to try. I am totally fine with taking the risk and falling on my face during a live stream because that's what we do. So if there is a feature that you're like, this looks cool, but I'm worried about it, let me test it out for you. Let me know. And then if there's any sort of questions that you have that come up, please let me know. I will get back to you and probably also include them in the live stream at the end of the month next month. If y'all haven't looked at the February calendar, it's beautiful. I just like put mine together today, and it's just like the perfect little rectangle on your calendars. So there's a happy little thing that we can all look forward to in a couple days. I, for one, am very ready to be done with January. It was a trying time in the Merriweather home, but in a good way, you know. So we are excited for February, and anyways, hope y'all stay warm wherever you're at. Let me know if I can do anything for you, and I will see you next month, last Friday of the month at 3 o'clock. That is the plan. I will see you then.